Okay, I just dug my way through the snow to get in here. Actually, it wasn't that bad. We were supposed to get way more than we did. I know a couple areas around us got slammed. We didn't get as much as expected, and I am not complaining, but did have enough snow. I had to dig out here. Let's see, what do I want to do today? Because I write original Christian rock, and I make stuff up. I come out here every day. I turn the camera on. Nothing fancy, just literally me writing music into my recording software. I'm just awkward, screw up half the time. Yesterday was a comedy of errors. I forgot to turn the camera on, did the whole outline of the song, and started doing vocals. I actually started doing vocals first because my voice was feeling a little funny, and I wanted to do it before anything went wrong. But yeah, man, did a whole bunch of stuff, and then I had to recut the vocals. I think the melody and I changed some lyrics around, came out better with my second cut, but I think the first cut melody was better because I was like improvising both things. So yeah, it's all fine. It's done. I just come out here the next day and do a different thing. So do that. You're going to hear me do a whole bunch of tuning stuff. I've got a Boss poly shifter, and also I'm running through the Thaw amp, which is a really good amp for like super drop tune metal stuff. But I don't know what I even play anymore. I always say Christian rock. It's kind of more metal anymore, but yeah, I can just do immediate like pitch changes with this thing, and they sound pretty darn convincing. So I only have a 6-string Fender Strat. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Something like that. Well, there's my all the way through take. I've been just doing one of those and then layering the crap out of the guitar and just showing the all the way through take. Even if it's just dumb power chords, while meanwhile you hear all these crazy arpeggios going on. I don't care about that anymore. I'm just like, you know what? You get the idea. I played the guitar. You're watching the video. If you're watching the video where I'm playing all the parts and you see it, then you know what's happening anyway. And if you're just seeing me and you think I'm faking it because I'm going, but you're hearing, then so be it. The end, I was planning on doing that root 5th 9th through the chord riff or through the chord progression riff, and just failed miserably. So it's going to be an abrupt end. It's just a mistake, but it's at the end, so it'll just sound like a treble off on purpose. So yeah, who cares? I always say this, but when I'm doing these drop tunes, cut the low end on your guitar, or else you're never going to hear the bass guitar for one. It's going to eat up your mix and turn the output gain down a lot on the amp. My low cut right there is 180 something. I just kind of moved it in place, 186. Sounds crazy, but there's almost no light down that. Another nice thing about this is I can just keep turning that on and off and do all kinds of stuff. I can also automate the Thaw amp. And I like this because then the computer doesn't have to do the heavy lifting. So I'm going to chop it, hit copy, and then undo the chop. And should be able to just paste right there. That just goes out. I kind of figured I'd do like an outro solo or something like that over that. That's that. And now I can see where I am. So like if I want to find the chorus, I'm like, hey, it's the purple part. The other nice thing about using this pedal, if I want to further do crazy pitch things, I can put on something like, say I want to drop an octave, but then I want to drop a little below the octave. I can do something like put this down an octave and then go 3 semitones down. So I'm like, hey, I'm suddenly in drop or double drop C sharp or whatever the hell it is. I could do 3 semitones down here and then do an octave. I could do all kinds of stuff. So I can like basically with the conjunction of both of these, or not conjunction, combination, brain malfunction there. I can do 5 octaves up or 5 octaves down. Now I'm going to enhance it a little more. So out to the sides. inverted power chord. Dude, what? Yeah, all those octave layers are just going to make this sound like it's not even a guitar anymore. Yeah, the super low tuned guitars are cool, but I like to complement them every time with some higher octave things, and that really makes it sound cool. Just the low tuning stuff can be a little sludgy, but this is just nice. Okay. This guitar 190 is the low cut. So like I said, that sounds so heavy, but yeah, there's like no low end on there. There's gonna be a guitar solo in this third verse. I've got way too much crap going on for this to be heard. So what I'm gonna do is just automate. Let's see, actually, I'm gonna turn these down a little more. The ones out to the side. As long as they're uniform, I don't care what the number is. Alright, I just kept recording because I went out to this last part and just threw an outro solo on. I just went over and grabbed my bass, 6-string bass. Got it tuned weird, but it works really well for me. Getting used to it, so I've been resetting stuff because like I keep messing up because my brain isn't used to where the strings are, but alright, that's all that is. I decided to get this because I can do the drop tune on the guitar down to ridiculous amounts of octaves, but this thing, even half step, or I say anything below like 3 semitones, it usually sounds like crap. You can get away with a little less than that, but it's glitchy. I think the low end frequencies are not cooperating well with the drop tune, but I just got this. That way I don't have to worry about it. Just go play drums on the kit behind me. Alright, so I just stuck. Hang on. There we go. I just got the drums done, and I think certain spots I might add. Let me see. I'll go onto this track. I'm going to add this ambient thing. Just plop this out to the sides a little bit so it's stereo and sitting around the other guitars. I was about to go into the house and do some stuff. Melody popped into my head, so I just put it down real quick as a memory aid, and I was like, screw it, I'm just going to do the vocals. So I'm going to do the vocals. I started doing a take and then my camera battery died. So, all right, this happened yesterday. I got a thing. It's a little dummy battery, which means it's an adapter that plugs into the wall and in the camera. I've got a ground loop hum on it, and I cannot for the life of me get rid of it. If I could, I would be using this thing exclusively, so I never have to worry about batteries again. But this thing just died. So I'm just going to do the last little chorus thing here. I started doing it and then I heard the beep and I was like, damn it. I gotta crank my mic gain to have this talking work with the ground loop hum. I've got a voice isolation thing I use on my video editor that actually gets rid of it enough that you probably don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, but I gotta turn it down right now and just do the track. I did this yesterday, and if I crank my mic to the most ridiculous limits I can without actually clipping the camera input, I get enough gain that I can put on this thing, isolate my voice, and you don't even hear the ground loop hum, but I don't want to do it for the whole video. It would just not work well. But this is nice because I got a backup. If that battery dies, I just pop this thing in, crank the mic gain, put this on the end of the video, and I'm good. All right, so I can actually do my outro. It's a little less stressful that way. I'm like, even if the battery dies, I still got a backup. Another battery would work, but this is $20. It's just continuous power. And believe me, if I could get rid of this hum, I would absolutely just use it the whole time because it's so much nicer. I got my headphones in though, so I don't have feedback because I'm pretty sure if I turn the monitors up right now, I'd get. All right. Anyway, the lyrics I put down are going to be copy pasted to the bottom of the description box. I think I added a few words because I was improvising, but yeah, close enough. I suck. But I'll come out here and do all this work, but then I'm like too lazy to do some little refinement things. Middle of the description box, you can find my stuff that I post online, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, and the list goes on. If you want to stream my stuff, that's where you'll see if the service carries my music. At the top, I have a link. I say in the beginning of every video, or at least I try to, that it's Christian rock. It's getting more to Christian metal at this point, but I still say it's Christian rock anyway. That link is the best stuff I know of as far as teaching goes, because I see a lot of bad teaching online. It's all subjective, meaning traditional denominational stuff, but then other things too just get piled on, skew the meaning. This is the opposite of that. It's like a really nice contrast because it's objective teaching. What does it actually say? What were the writers intending? Grammar translation from the original languages. And you can actually get something out of it because it's just teaching and you can learn something rather than whatever some person thinks things say. I just put it there. I'm not going to sit here and like go on my whole thing about, the topic because that's not my place or thing to do. But this is just a resource, and knowing if like me you're looking around and finding a bunch of stuff that's just bogus, this is real good stuff. Yeah, I just said bogus like it's 1985. Let's deal with it. I think that's it for all of this. So deleting extra tracks I didn't use. Okay, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. The song's coming up, final version and all that. So see you tomorrow. Bye. With a thought, it doesn't matter me. One way or the other, cares how it feels when the sensation is lost. Memory changes, look up with a gloss on. Your mind's eye is one way or the other. Oh, don't even bother me. It's one way or the other. Succumbs to decay, falling from within, wrapped up in disintegration. With your wheels left, but some step back and I wonder, get lost in the thought about it. It doesn't matter to me, one way or the other. No, it doesn't matter. How it feels when the sensation is lost in the memory changes. And we look back with a gloss over our mind's eye. It's one way or the other. Oh, don't even bother me in the first place. Forget all I say and find out later. The cracking in the wall is just crumbling. Time, silent, temptation.